How are you all? Welcome to the class, students. In our previous video we had discussed about the adaptation in desert animals, and today we will discuss about the adaptation in desert plants. In the hot desert habitat, water is not available to the plants in sufficient quantity according to their need. But moreover, the high temperature in the hot desert, it increases the evaporation also of the plants, and the plants in desert habitats are well adapted to cope with shortage of water and high temperature by sorting the water. Students, some of the adaptation which help into the desert plants to survive in hot and dry environment of desert, that is given below. A cactus is a most common plant found in desert, and the adaptation which help the cactus plant to survive in the hot and dry environment of desert, that are given below. See here, this one is a cactus plant, and students, in this plant, the cactus plant have modified their leaves into the form of thin spines, and that reduce the water loss through the transpiration. And next one is that the cactus, the photosynthesis in cactus plants, it carried out by the green stems and the green leaf-like structures which we see in a cactus plant, that is actually its stem. And the cactus plant store water in them. They store the water in their stems, and the stems of cactus plants is covered with a thick waxy layer that is called the cuticle, and it prevents the excess loss of water through the evaporation. Next one is that the cactus plants are long roots to absorb water from a large area. So these characters help to cactus in their survival into the desert atmosphere. About these questions you will find the answers with the given notes. Now next heading is mountain habitats. Students, in mountain habitats, a very high hill, that is called a mountain, and the mountain habitats are usually very cold and windy, and in many mountain regions snowfalls occurs in winter. Some of the mountains, however, always remain covered with snow. So here, adaptation in plants to mountain habitats. So the trees can survive in extremely cold and windy mountains habitats due to the following adaptation. First is, that means the trees in mountain habitats are usually cone shaped. They are cone shaped and having sloping branches. The shape of mountain trees help the rain, water and snow to slide off easily without damaging the branches and leaves of that plant. And many mountain trees, they have small needle-like leaves, due to which these leaves lose very little water in windy conditions, and this helps the mountain and trees to survive in winter, and when all the soil water is frozen in form of ice and not available to their roots. And the needle-like leaves have a thick waxy layer to reduce the water loss through the transpiration. It also protects them from the damage of rainwater and the water which is present into that plant. And the broad leaves trees found on mountain shade their leaves before the onset of winters. This prevents such trees from losing water from their leaves and helps in their survival during winter, when all the water in soil is frozen and hence not available to roots. Now next thing is, here you can see the figure of pine tree. It is a mountain plant, and how the adaptation occurs into the mountain plants. Okay. Now next heading is adaptation in animals to mountain habitats. Students, animals living in mountain habitats, they also adapted to the extremely cold environment that is present there at that regions. And one of the most common adaptation found in animals living on cold places like mountains that is that they have thick skin or fur to protect them from the cold environment. And snow leopard, yak, and mountain goats are some animals that live in mountains, and we will now describe the adaptation in mountain goat. The first heading is adaptation in mountain goats. Students, you know, mountain goat has to live in cold climate of mountains as well as to run up the rocky slopes on the mountains for grazing. So a mountain goat is adapted to cold and rocky environment of a mountain habitat that is follows. So first is the mountain goat has long hairs to protect it from cold, and the mountain goat has strong hooves for running up the rocky slopes of mountains for grazing. The hard and rough feet of an animal are called the hooves. Okay, now this figure is shown here. Its furs and mountain goats in adaptation in mountain goats, you can find it. Now our next topic, which is remaining in this chapter, we will discuss in our upcoming videos. Till then, thank you.